Here's the clutch cover that comes with this. So this is 394, slated for junkyard. He's been wanting this for a while. So this was out with Mason today, and Mason ran it, and he says it's a beast. So the moment of truth here is just got to pull the muffler and make sure that things are good. If things are good, then things are good. Check that piston. So, let's hang out and wait for everybody. Okay, let's bring it up here. Dum-dum-dum-dum. 7 people. James is here. Hello. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm working on it, Steve. Feeling a little better. Day by day here. Still got the junk in my chest, but it's coming out. So, no fever. None of that trouble. Yeah. So, yeah, Mason said that this thing is just crazy. So, that's cool. Tune's nice. Runs nice. Yeah, it would be really nice to see James get home. You gotta get home, man. Home is best. Pretty much preferable to any place it isn't home, you know. Anyway, so one of these things about that does drive me crazy about the 394 is that you gotta pull the muffler to, well, you gotta pull the dog to pull the muffler. So, unfortunately, at least move it out of the way. Hey, Larry. Don't worry, Larry. We'll get into your 372 carcass here tonight. It will happen. Sometimes just moving this helps. But you got to do that in order to actually pull this muffler out. Sometimes you got to take the whole thing off, so not that concerned or worried about it, but you can do that. Two lower adapter bolts here. Yeah, those cases were nasty, huh? Yeah, I know. They were cleaned. I cleaned those up a bit too. Like I said, they were. You're like new now. Good. Let's see. Will it pull? Quite. I gotta do this one more. Smells like two-stroke wonderfulness. Oh, it's beautiful. Piston's beautiful. Exactly as it should be. Where's Junkyard? I don't know. He's been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. Admittedly, there was not lots of cuts done here, but supposedly about 10 cuts. Yeah, that's just as it should be. Beautiful. That's all you need to see, man. Right there. All the evidence anybody needs. I'm going to slide this right on back on. If anybody sees Junkyard come in, make sure to let him know that we got this already done. The deed is now done. I know, should have waited for him, right? Shucks. Come on. We go. It just slides back in there. Very exciting. I'm just going to put this back together, and that's it. Anybody that gets any of these saws, you must do bolt checks. And end up with a system, you know? Once a tank, for the first couple of tanks, then check it every 3 tanks or something like that. And then I think the steel manual will recommend like once a day this stuff gets checked. You know? The inserts, HL Supply. Believe it or not. So right now the only thing that this saw is missing to make it a complete saw is the vent tube here. I'm still waiting on that. Right now I've got a piece of fuel line in there that does work temporarily as a vent tube, but I'm still waiting on the actual vent tube, you know? So I'm going to leave this just like it is. Yeah, this is a clean saw. This is an expensive saw. So right now my guess is probably $1,100 in parts. This is already sold. I don't have the cash yet, but Junkyard has indeed called dibs on that. So just waiting on that stupid vent tube, which I've been actually waiting on for like a month from E-Replacement Parts. Of course, I don't even know what's going to happen now with the whole country shutting down. So, I really don't know. All right. Inserts. So the nice thing about these inserts, they're M5 inserts, and they're steel. So it makes it nice. Now, one thing that I do with these to make life easier is I actually use my Dremel tool on them before anything else. And what I do is I put a slot in there. Hey, Marshall. Put a slot in it so that my flat blade screwdriver can get in it and turn it rather than trying to do it by hand. James had his first real meal in 3 weeks. Jeez. It's been that long, really? So I put on the insert here, I put a slot. Wait a minute, let's see. I put a slot in it just to use my flat blade. I'll show you in a second. Drop it down to the floor first. That's one. Yeah, noisy. Junkyard, go back and check out that piston shot. It's perfect. You're good to go. With the caveat. The caveat is I still don't have that dang oiler tube. And it's been waiting for like a month on that thing. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna make some chips. They go everywhere. Not gonna be good. So, much better. Okay. I ground that to flat bottom. M8 by 1.25. chips here too. So I've noticed that this is like the first spot that wears out on some of these crankcases. Hey, Mick. Junkyard, what I'm going to do on the 262, because we broke that pulley, I have my 262. I'm just going to pull the either the pulley or the whole starter right off of there and slap it on there. That way you got something that's working. Mason he dropped off the 394 tonight and picked that one up because he wanted to go back and do more testing. So I'm still waiting on the what happened there. So here's the insert, and it goes in just like that. Make sure that it goes in. Now what we do, get some JB Weld. That's just what you do. Morning from down under. Good eye. Good eye. Did I say that right? Shingles, 7th week. Pain is manageable. And I can't patch it. Yeah, oof. Ugly. Ugly. Shingles are ugly. Sorry, man. Green Loctite. I don't have green Loctite. If these come out, put green Loctite in here. Green Loctite might be easier. Don't have to mix it. Appreciated. Always like goodies. So, a little bit of JB Weld here. Yeah, these are M5 inserts. Get them from HL Supply. They're not that expensive. And a little bit of a slot on the end allows you to put a flat blade screwdriver on here. So overall, I think this is actually a great spot for an insert. It tends to be the first spot on these 372 crankcases that I've seen that gets worn out. It just wears out fast, this spot. Use my flat blade. Turn it down until it's flush. Hey, Craig. Haven't seen you in a bit. Welcome. Hope all's well. Everybody safe and healthy? There. That'll set up in just a couple of minutes. With the exception, unlikely to have any more trouble with that. So now, when you put the bolt in, it's much less likely to wear that out, the insert. That'll work, no rush on either saw. Okay. There's a rush on my end. It's been, not your fault, my fault, but, eventually need to get paid. You know what I mean? and I don't really feel comfortable taking money up front. So, yeah, I'm sitting on way too much money there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get them. They come in quantity of 10. H71058. Quantity 10, bag of 10. So I'm just going to do, the dog bolt holes tend to have kind of the same problem. So okay, so this is M8 by 1.25. That's the tap size. And now again, we'll get 2 more inserts. Yeah, overall, I've liked these a lot. These work pretty good. Doesn't need much, just a little flat. Just that. That's all you need. Mix up a little more JP. What's going on, Norm? Screw this right on down, and this one I'm going to bury a bit because as I go further down in here, the more likelihood I am to grab more solid magnesium. That one's a little further down than usual, which is fine. Yeah, this is JB Quick Weld, and I use it all the time. It works pretty good for certain things. This one I'm going to put pretty much flush. Clean that off. Hey, Keith. What am I fixing? I'm putting inserts in, threaded inserts. I'll give you a close-up in just a second of what I just did. The best way to fix this is to weld it. Weld and retap. But I don't have that capacity, so. There you go. How's that? Yeah, the Mr. and Mrs. both there. Okay. Hey, guys. As long as everybody's happy, safe, healthy, we're good. You know? Yeah, I know, but you put a couple of slots in it, it takes nothing. And these are like $1 a piece, so who's going to complain? Not you. All right. While that's setting up, which only takes a few minutes. Right, I've got a Larry. I'm going to throw this in too. I'm just going to throw this in the box. This is a 13.6 carburetor, I think. 13.6 limited coil. Not carburetor. 13.6 coil limited. I'll throw that in. $1.49. Yeah, they're cheap. So this tank is a little worse for wear. So let's see if we can make this feel better. Oh, we're out of focus. Better. Nasty. Look at that. Yep, you got it, Junkyard. No problem. We'll talk. Might be later, but we'll talk. Okay. Fuel line, which we have here. So what I do is I'll take and make a pretty good bevel on here. Grease. A little bit of grease. Doesn't need much. Fuel line goes in. I like to then chop off that bevel, because all that bevel did was help you carry it through, you know. Do you deliver? I'm just near Hartford. I'm not far, you know. Only about 3 hours away from you guys, you know. Long Island. Not far at all. You guys could deliver it. Nobody would notice. Hopefully. I don't know. I'll be right over. Good stuff. All right. Stop going around. Get back to work. There we go. Front porch. Who rocks? This guy right here. Okay. Why? Because I've got the goodies here. Hey, this is all screwed up. So I do need to take that out. Anyway, lovely. Fantastic. Pop the pin out. Comes out one way or another. Just comes out. I can't give you a non-functional throttle here, Larry. I can't do it, you know? Coming right over, I have a 16-seater farmhouse table. Social distancing, yes, it will be a thing of the past. One day. I'll just use this. Okay. I've done this like a pile of times, and it's still annoying. This is gonna go in first. Get that in there. Okay. Now put this in here. It's not quite home, but that's okay. That spring just needs to sit up in the right spot. There we go. I just need that pin, which is there somewhere. I have an extra one. There's lots of extras. Ta-da! Okay. Gotta get the AV mount in, this AV mount in first, kind of tucked. Then basically the next challenge is right here. And see, they beveled the case, but not nearly enough. There. When in doubt, give it a whack. Right? Okay. Let's get a flange for that. No. Hi, Larry. I'm going to put a steel bolt in here just for the heck of it. So upset with me. There. That's not going anywhere. Nice. I need a limiter screw, which I need over here. Over here. Here we go. My stash of limiter screws. Hey, Mega. Welcome. So now the tank's not going anywhere. This is just like a regular old M5 here. Nothing special. Just gonna use a shorty here, doesn't matter. Riley, yeah, John, that's the Copsy 394. I had Husky Boy take it out for a spin today. He said it's a beast. I can't get a compression number on it. My tennis elbow's killing me. So I got to 190 and it was, I called it. I couldn't do that, but that's crazy. I probably have about $1,100 into it, and I already have a taker on it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome the illustrious Mr. John Riley. If you guys have not checked out what he's doing. Oh, by the way, John, you got the same sawmill that I got. The HM126. Well, I'm already injured, you know, is the thing. Yeah, the HM126, I love it. If you can, John, I have a couple of videos. If you can stomach watching some videos, I have one video on upgrading the irrigation system. And the irrigation, because, yeah, it's probably 220, you're right. But if you, or the irrigation, the lubrication system, what they give you from the factory is like terrible. So I put better ball valves and things in there so that if you just want to turn on the water to cool the blade, the water goes down and actually goes into a wick. Yeah, I would love to have the 130 at this point too. I think either way, you're talking about the best bang for buck in sawmills. I mean, for sure. The next step up is a Norwood, and beyond that, then you have some other options. But There's really, I mean, for the money, it's really hard to beat that mill, you know. So yeah, if you can upgrade that lubrication system to where you have water or whatever you're using for cooling the blade, make a wick out of some felt. And I used felt and JB Weld and some actual like iron, little 1/4 inch iron pipe and whatnot, and it actually works much better than the original setup. It's been much more reliable. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, if anybody has a chance, check out John Riley's videos. He's like the exact opposite of me when he does videos. They're really short and sweet and some really potent stuff. And John, I've got that chain tucked away. I was supposed to use that thing fairly soon, and obviously we got a kind of a countrywide kind of a problem, if you know what I'm talking about. So I was looking forward to a get together, and that ain't happening, you know. Yeah, overall they've been pretty good. I've had a few random issues, but they're quite responsive. The thing is, John, the thing is, some of the stuff that they do, like if you want to buy bearings, it's really going to cost you. So there are ways, like, so you can check out my bearing videos. I would highly suggest, looking at certain things to, dare I say it, to not buy from Woodland Mills. Um, the the blades that the Lennox C sharps that I got they were certainly okay, but I really like the Cook's blades. Cook's Sawmill will actually make you blades. I think they're in Tennessee. I forget. But Cooks, and you can say, hey, I know you have a customer. His name Matt Olson. Can you give me the same blades? And they'll make up the same blades for you, and the price is right. I'm telling you, much better than buying Lennox C sharps from Canada. So, yeah, something to think about. Larry, you are getting all my good parts today. Hang on. Ah, yeah. There we go. This will work. So I think I'm going to put this base on here for you, Larry, and we're going to call it. What do you think? Is that reasonable? Somebody playing. Yeah, Christopher, my little guy, decides that I don't know what he's playing up there. He's not playing drums, but he likes his video games. Yeah, we're doing the takeout thing here too. Same deal. Although I haven't ventured too far, so I don't know everything that's going on. Went out to Target yesterday morning. I happened to get toilet paper while it was there. That was a relief. We're not out, but you know. Mr. B. Ask Jason. Does he play World of Tanks? I was out of World of Tanks for a little while. Now I'm back in playing a little bit. So. I think World of Tanks is like, gotta go, friends. Eyeball just trying to. My eyeball. James, hang in there, buddy. Okay. Larry, it's as far as a starting carcass goes. I mean, does it get much better than that? Get this rusty thing, but I don't have the screw right now. Not offhand, anyway. I'll throw it all together for you, and all right, there we go. We have a deal. So, Larry takes that. What the heck else am I supposed to build? I don't know. All right, that's off to here. John, so John, are you? If you're still there, did you check out my my O-ring video? So I'll pose this question to everybody. So, my O-ring video from yesterday, the day before, whatever it was. So I've got things like Mr. Here, yes, heavy into it, walked away because started playing World Division 2. My favorite tank is Matilda, bounces shots and rapid fire. Okay. You have to do the top one. Yeah. World of Tanks. So, O-rings. So this is a Husky O-ring. I forget. This has got to be 262 XP. Yeah. So this is 262 XP. But we have O-rings that are needed on a 394. You have X-ring on a 394. You have O-rings needed on 288s, 272s. So, John, I don't know if you've seen those, but the question to kind of everybody. The material that I got are Buna N70 O-rings. So they're nitrile O-rings. And I can't imagine that OEM is any different than the Buna N nitrile O-rings. Is there a problem? Because somebody mentioned that these are not gasoline resistant. So the question is, what does OEM actually use? And are these nitrile or are they Viton? That's the question. So, but these are $4 a piece, maybe $5 a piece if you can get them, and these are pennies a piece. Take care, Marshall. So, if anybody knows, like, should I order the Viton stuff? The thing with Viton is that it's only good down to -5 degrees, as opposed to, like, this is -22. So if you are using a chainsaw in the cold, Buna N is probably a better O-ring than Viton. So do I need to order these in Viton because of the gasoline resistance is better on this than, our Viton gasoline resistance is better than nitrile. So do I need to order these in Viton is the question as opposed to nitrile. So does anybody have the answer to that question or a better answer than I have? Right now, I'm thinking stick with the nitrile because I don't need extreme heat resistance on the hot end. It might be better to have it on the cold end, and I don't know. Natural fuel for years. Mega Dirty says Viton. Viton is overkill for what it does. If I order both, then I have both. But I only use a couple more of these like ever. But just something, I've heard it both ways. I've been trying to research a little bit and don't really have a specific answer. It would be nice to know what OEM is, and what I could do. Gasoline resistant is Viton, yeah, but not cold resistant. It's a cold resistant a bit, but not as good as the Bona N, as a nitrile. But one interesting way to check and see if the OEM is actually nitrile is to use chloroform. I can get the Viton. I can. Viton's a little more expensive, but compared to the OEM, it's nothing. The OEM price on those things is literally a 10,000% difference. $4 versus 4 cents, basically, is what you're looking for. So chloroform will dissolve nitrile, but it will not dissolve Viton. So we do use chloroform in dentistry a little bit. If you're polishing gold, I have not used it since residency, but in dentistry we do use it at least a little bit. And I remember when I used chloroform and ether. I don't think so. Chloroform. I remember using chloroform, and I was doing something, and it touched my glove, and it just instantly disappeared. It was amazing. Gone. I'm like, what the? It was incredible. So what I could do is sacrifice one of the OEM O-rings just to figure out, what's up with that. So anyway, food for thought. I'm going to let you guys stew on that because I've got to go. I'm going to talk to Junkyard later. We'll seal that deal, hopefully. And, that's pretty much how it goes for me. So I'm going to say goodnight and say thank you very much. And everybody, have a great night. Be safe. Be healthy. The taste of starter fluid. Yeah. Ugh. Ooh. Anyway. Be safe. Be healthy. Email me if you need anything. Say a prayer for James, and big thanks to James and Ken for being moderators. So I will be on. We still need to work on that 660. I got to put the different head on there. I'm definitely looking forward to doing that. Right now I'm doing homeschooling with the kids a little bit because the kids are off school. So we're working on schooling at home, not necessarily homeschooling, but schooling at home. So I'm spending some time with the kids doing that, which takes up a lot of time. Anyway, we'll get to that 660 one of these days. Everybody, have a great night. Thanks so much for hanging out. Do appreciate it. Edwin, welcome, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye, guys. Appreciate it.